Hello everyone and welcome to the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. It's a special Easter edition this weekend. Toby and Trent are here to hopefully tip us into some winners and give us some insights ahead of a big weekend of Easter racing. So welcome fellas. How are we? How's the week? And chocolates all sorted ahead of Easter?
Yep, all done. My Easter shopping ads.
Very good.
Only got to buy for the grandkids, so that's good.
Nice. Trent, something?
And Trent's and
Haven't-
Penelope's not allowed to have.
haven't,
Not allowed. She's going to be a healthy baby, so she's not allowed
haven't
chocolate.
started, so yeah, haven't started yet.
Righto, well the shops are closed for Good Friday, so make sure you
Better
get
get
into
into
that today.
I'll be down to the Fishos later on, and yeah.
What's happening there?
We get the
Yeah,
seafood.
Seafood.
Okay, right.
I'm a staunch Catholic.
Yeah, very good. All right, well, it is a big weekend of Easter racing, but before we get into the preview, Tie Zone, let's touch on him, recapping from last weekend. He's obviously on the path towards the Archer, and it was obviously a key tune-up for him in the race. Got back as usual, and then sort of worked home. Where does he stand as far as the Archer goes?
Still heading that way, as far as I know. Probably have a chat to Tom later in the week. I don't think there's nothing much else for him. He's been aimed at this race basically
The whole prep.
since we first started talking about it. So, and we've prepared him for that race. It's very hard to get him into these type of handicaps when he's carrying big weights and get him to perform as we'd like. I will say that he has, to the horse's defence, the two runs where he could perform well at, he did, which was the Sunny Coast. He raced really good. Never had any luck. He got in between horses and got on heels. And the other day at Doomben, he was also in between horses and ran on nicely. He hasn't had his chance to stretch out yet and get to the outside and like he can and finish on. So looks to be ticking over nicely to me. I thought, his work at home's been good. We can't fault him in that regard. And his horse, if you set for a race, which we set him for the Strad break 2 years in a row and got him to perform on that day, very well. And that's what we've done this time to try and make sure we've got him cherry ripe to perform in the Archer. So that's where we're at with him. He'll be reasonable odds in a race like that on his form, but he's a big race performer, and if he gets fit and gets the right run, he'll be in the finish somewhere.
So you just keep him ticking over between now and the race. That's it for him.
Doesn't need any more runs. He's a light horse. He's 8-year-old, so he just needs to be kept ticking over and holds that form going into that race that he how he ran last Saturday. He'll run well.
Dropping back from handicap to weight for age as well.
Yeah, so that's
very
the difference.
important. Carrying 61 kilos, he's 14 hands high. That can take any horse's turn a foot away. And he got going really well late. The last 100 metres was pretty strong, so thought it was a pass mark and drop a couple of kilos in the Archer.
And the Rockhampton track, the big straight, that should suit, you think?
Well, that's questionable, I guess. I suppose if you watch enough races up there, I think it's 600 metre straight. Everyone thinks that they make a lot of ground because it's such a fair track. It's such a big, long straight, but it doesn't quite often happen
Can be
that
a bit
way.
deceiving.
It's very deceiving, and I'm not sure why that is, but we'll see. Pattern of the day and whatnot. High pressure race, big prize money up there. You'd have to think that there'd be a few want to get itchy
Speed
feet
on.
and speed on.
Okay, well, good to hear he's on target, and we'll keep an eye out in the coming weeks leading into the Archer. Let's get into the Easter racing over the weekend. Easter Saturday here at the Gold Coast. We've got several runners stepping out. The first cab off the rank is Clovis Prince, who he's obviously a horse we've spoken about, trialled really well. Looks a nice type, and what are we thinking ahead of his debut?
Yeah, he's not a very big horse, this guy. He's only a little fella, but he's got plenty of speed, and both his trials have been really good. And he probably gets his chance in a race like that to run well first up. He's pretty fit, and we're confident he can run well.
Okay. He's improved a fair bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's
from
done
trial
well.
to trial. We were unexpectant of him trialling up, particularly the first time, probably as strong as he did, and it was really wet that day. And then he's trialled up in good style twice, so that often bodes pretty well.
Yeah.
He's in good order.
On speed horse, he put himself out of trouble, so he'll run well.
And home track, nice little
Home track,
way
yeah.
to kick off his
Walk
career.
across the road and give him a gallop, he should be fine.
Very good. All right, well, good luck to
Good
Lucky.
Cutis money as well.
Yes, that's right. It is very good cutis, mate. So good luck to the Lucky Clover team there. Also resuming on Saturday, Trent, is Smooth Move for the Archer Park team, and he's a 6-year-old with a pretty handy record, and he had a good prep over the spring, and then a lengthy spell. And what are we expecting from him here?
I would think he'd probably need the run in an open handicap, to be fair, but yet again, it's another... He's down in the weights, but it's just a chance to give him a walk across the road, give him a bit of a gallop. He improved pretty sharply with a couple of runs under his belt last time in. He wasn't going that good, and then I think he went to the Sunshine Coast, nearly 3rd or 4th up, give it to them, and come here on Melbourne Cup Day and smash him with a big weight. And then by his next run after that, he trained off, but I would think he'd probably take a run or two to get to his best.
Okay, so look for him later on.
Does race well here though.
Probably
Does like it here.
Yeah, probably a couple of runs, but you know, it's open handicap. He was racing in benchmark 75s last prep.
Sure.
Straight to an open.
Good kick-off point for him anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, good luck to the Archer Park team there with Smooth Move. And the third and final run on the Gold Coast program is Zamanji, who lines up in a benchmark 62 over the 1300. Noel Callow again aboard, and she's had a month between runs since her last start here at the Gold Coast.
Yeah, she was due to run last week, but the rain came again, and the track's quite heavy, so we scratched her. Work was pretty good Tuesday morning. She because she hadn't run for a month, Cyril Small rode her on Tuesday, and we asked them to do a bit, and looked like she got up and ran to the line really strongly. This race is solid enough, I think. Very competitive, but she'll be one of the chances. I'm not saying she's a good thing, but she'll be in the finish somewhere as long as this track stays fair and equal. You know, we had a bit of rain last night, and hopefully that doesn't happen. You know, leading into Saturday. Otherwise, I think she's not as good. Well, if the tracks are affected, she's certainly a lot better on top of the ground or just with the toe into it. So we were looking for a little bit better track.
2 starts ago, she won
on the wet,
but it flogged down raining as they were going out, so it wouldn't have been enough time to sink in anyway.
Yeah.
So it was soft, and then immediately after the race, I think they went down a couple of rating points because it belted down raining.
Yeah.
You know, and then the next start, she was wide and went horrible, and the track was affected again. So Drew was out. Callow rode her when she won and said she wasn't totally comfortable on that surface, but she was just too good for them. It was admittedly a pretty ordinary race, so hopefully just dry surface and she can get back to her best.
Yeah, okay. Well, a bit of context behind that last run, so hopefully a dry track for her over the weekend. Easter Sunday, Sunshine Coast. Let's turn our attention to that. Bold performer set to step out. He's accepted for 2 races on the program, and you also had him in Doomben midweek, but drew wide, so you elected to scratch there.
Yeah. So we'll split our 2 runners up there. He's drawn 1 in both of them, so I just need to have a look which one's the best one for him. But it's going well. The horse is a little bit hard to gauge. To get a gauge on him because he come to us out of New Zealand and he was really flying on the track last time through, and we thought he was okay, and then he was a bit plain. So we've taken a bit different approach to getting him ready this time. He's done a lot of work at home on the treadmill and a couple of odd gallops over here to sharpen him up, trying to keep his legs underneath him. So there's one thing, he will handle a soft track. He trialled really good on it.
Trialled like a bomb in the first trial.
Yeah, his first trial like a bomb on a soft track. So if they get some weather up there over the weekend and the track's a bit doughy, I'm sure he can run well. But it's a bit of a look and wait and see for me to see where he fits in.
Okay. Were you happy with his trial behind Perito last week? They sort of ran along in that trial?
Yeah, she ran along 1,000 miles an hour, and he gave good chase. To be fair, both of his trials have been really good this time around, and I think probably... I know he's coming from New Zealand to Australia and whatnot, and it's only a 3-hour flight, but I think he's probably acclimatised a little bit more as well. He's a lot thicker and in better condition than he was at his first prep with us, and he's carrying a bit more condition, so he looks good, and we've both been pretty happy with how he's gone early doors. Okay,
well, good luck to everyone as he kicks off his preparation. The other runner over the weekend is Blazing Mack, who's set to resume in a benchmark 68, and you had James Moss from the Tricolours team here at the stable this morning, and she's had 2 trials leading into this and was 3rd in her most recent trial. What are we thinking heading into the weekend?
I think we probably, I'm sure Dad will agree, we are trying to just reset a little bit with her. She's been a mare that she's going better now than she was her first prep. She looks fantastic. She's same kind of thing as Bold Performer, holding a lot more condition this time round. Both trials have been good. She's been keen early. Riders fought to get her back underneath him, and then she's hit the line okay, whereas a couple of trials, a first prep for us, were just disgraceful. We've added a tongue tie, taken the blinkers off. I think we'd probably just try and ride her a bit steadier, wouldn't you think?
I think I agree. She's drawn a bit awkward.
On 13, so.
Sort of the barriers up there, they're important everywhere, less important at the Sunshine Coast. It's a bigger track, such good starts and good shoots and everything. So hopefully we can get into the run, get some cover somewhere and just let her finish off. Trent's right. I think we just need to reinvent her a little bit. Like she come to us with the thought process that she had to lead to do any good, and that was pretty evident because she honestly she just
spat a bit in her trial. She got beaten 200 metres in the first one.
In the first trial, and then anyway, but this time through, James has just had her out there now taking a nice video of her, and she looks full and strong and ready to go. And but once again, she's one we'd like to see perform.
Yeah, sure.
Ridden a bit differently. So let's wait and see.
Okay. Well, they're the runners, and that seems to be, I guess, a bit of the theme as we look to nail the best bet. Obviously, you've got horses resuming and maybe horses that you might like to see before you
yes, exactly.
You go and declaring. But can we find a best bet amongst the 5?
Probably our best hope is the
Clovis
two-year-old
Prince.
Clovis Prince.
They're always honest early, aren't they?
Yeah, honest, better than ready, up and run and bang and onto the speed, and he's been pretty good in both trials, I think. So he gets his chance in what looks it's a competitive race. All those Cutis races are always competitive, but he's one of the competitors.
Okay, well, fingers crossed there that Clovis Prince can kick off his career in style. And,
if he hits the front, the Lucky Clover boys will lift the roof off the stand.
They've got a day on Saturday, I think. So
Easter Saturday for the Lucky Clover team.
They'll be all churned out.
All right, well, let's hope the best bet comes off and have a great Easter, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck.